Here with Kent McBride of the Wyoming East Warriors. Kent, you're the number 2 seed in the upcoming postseason Region 3 tournament. And a lot of talk about these seedings and how they played out. What's your opinion on how everything worked out? You guys are 2 behind Westside, James Monroe 3, and it goes on down from there.
I would say Region 3 is, if you look back, I would say probably the last 15 years, the regions down here always seem to get the short end of the stick because we always have really, really good teams and really high-ranked teams. And I think that's where we were this year. I think our region is really deep. You look all the way back to the Wyoming East Oak Hill days when it was West Side and those teams. I just think we are a region, and it's a testament to all the teams in the region. We're a really good region, and when you have that, it's going to be competitive. It doesn't matter what gym you're in. And I think that's where that's where Region 3 is, and I think it's a testament to all the teams in the region.
A lot of controversy because James Monroe did finish with the best record in the region and the best overall record too. But on the other side, you guys and Westside played a really good schedule. How do you stand on that?
I like the way that the coaches handled it, in the fact of when we have these ballots, a lot of regions just write down and turn it in, and you never know where people stand and where people vote. What I appreciated is we all sat down as 8 adults and had a conversation, and we voted face to face, essentially. But you knew where everybody stood, and I think we can all respect that, in the fact of you know exactly where somebody stands, you know exactly why, and the votes fell where the votes fell. But I appreciate that the way our region decided to do it was very respectable, and it had a lot of integrity in the process.
As a number 2 seed, you're going to get to play out everything here before the state tournament. How key, given how good these teams, especially at the top, are at home, and I think all 3 of you guys are undefeated at home. I'm talking about Westside.
Yeah,
I mean, how key is it?
It's a big advantage. I mean, you don't have to leave your gym, and relatively speaking, as I told our guys, we don't have another road game. If we're fortunate to keep playing, then you're playing neutral site games, but the records in the region speak for themselves. And again, I would say that's a testament to all the teams in the region. Yes, the home court advantage, but you have good teams playing at home. It's hard to beat good teams at home. So we're fortunate to be able to play in our gym. Doesn't mean we're not going to get tested because we're in our own gym. These teams in Region 3 can play. So it's still 94 feet long, 50 feet wide with 10-foot high rims, and we'll have to take everybody who walks in here.
The first round opponent is Summers County.
Correct.
What do you know about them?
We've played them twice, so we have a good handle on them. I think we played them twice in the month of February, so it's been within the last 3 or 4 weeks. So we have a good handle on what we're up against. The first time we played them, they were down a pretty big player. Got him back in the second game, and it was a pretty competitive game. So we'll be prepared, and like I said, I keep saying it's about Region 3. We will not take them lightly. We are not looking past anything. Summers County, when they came down here, it was a 7-point game in the third quarter, so we've got to be ready to play.
If the chalk holds, and this is the game everybody's looking for, James Monroe knows it will be you and James Monroe, and they feel like maybe they should have been seated a little bit higher. Because of that, and you said you will take Summers County seriously. Are you a little concerned when you're dealing with 14 to 18-year-old kids? I mean, they could be looking at that game because there are a lot of people that would, unfortunately, all the games are the same night, so a lot of people would like to see it, probably won't get to. Any concern about that?
Not really, because our practices haven't been that way. So our practices, these kids, maybe the youth is a blessing in the fact of they're just looking on what's next. So our practices the last, what is today, Thursday? Our last 3 days have not, or today's Wednesday. Our last 3 days have not indicated of any overlooking of anyone. So no, it's not a concern of mine.
You have a very young team. I mean, for them to get this far, to be seeded 2, why do you think they're able to do that at such a young? I mean, obviously Connor Fox has played the bulk of 2 seasons now, so he's not really a sophomore anymore. Talamus Gary Brock Johnson have really played a whole season. You coaches like to say they're not really freshmen because they have played a whole season. What's the biggest surprise for you, and what these young kids have been able to accomplish?
I'll tell you the biggest surprise, with the whole situation of how the coaches, when we came in, and how the biggest surprise for me is the IQ of these guys. When we need to make an adjustment with the limited time that we've had, it's like they need to see it once and then they have it. And I think it's a testament to what they've had the last 10 years of playing and what they did in the summer and the preparation to get here. So we've been very blessed on the fact that not only are they good players, they're pretty daggone high IQ players that they can watch film, maybe 1 or 2 reps, then they can apply it. So it's really been helpful with the situation we've had.
You come from a college background. Most people probably know, if they don't, you were the head coach at Concord for a long time and coached for a couple years up in Pennsylvania. How much of that your college coaching, do you use with these guys? Do you find that they pick up things pretty good, just like college, or do you have to maybe tamp it down just a little bit because they're 14 and 15, some of these guys?
No, they pick up things. I don't do anything different than we did at Concord or Cal PA in terms of my expectation, in terms of the terminology. They're in the middle of probably February, we hit a little bit of a lull, and I think I was overloading them. So we kind of went back to simplifying things, and I thought we'd become much more efficient the last 2 or 3 weeks with that. So, but in terms of what I'm doing with them, no, we run it just like we ran it then. I'm using the same terminology, the same expectations, and that goes along with they are really high IQ and they can pick things up.
I don't want to look ahead, and I know you guys don't like to look ahead, but how cool would it be for you if Westside and Wyoming East were both at the state tournament for the first time ever?
It would. And I know we're supposed to be rivals and we're supposed to hate each other.
Yeah.
And we do.
Please don't do it.
We hate each other 2 times.
I told
two
Nick
times
today,
a year.
there's all this niceness between the two. It's kind of sickening.
And I think it would be really good for the
Right,
county,
right, right.
And Nick and I both talk to the superintendent every once in a while, and I think it'd be a really cool thing just for the area to get to experience that. And I hope we're there. I hope they're there. And it would be a really neat thing. And obviously, if we match up, if we match up, I hope nobody comes to dilute the county, because nobody will be left here. But it would be a really neat thing to have.
If you guys play for the state champ, this county might blow up.
Yeah, it would be.
If anybody was here.
If anybody was here, it would be. Wyoming County would be here for the taking, because nobody will be here.
Hey, Kent, always appreciate
I
your time.
Dave,
Thank
I
you,
appreciate
man.
what you do. Thank you.